The hostilities in Israel continuing for yet another day as terrorist organization Hamas showing no signs of slowing its rocket barrage on Israeli civilians. As of Thursday afternoon, dozens of rockets continue to be fired into Israel, including on Tel Aviv, as the country, just recovering from the coronavirus pandemic, is faced with the worst round of hostilities since 2014. Israelis spent yet another night in bomb shelters as terrorist groups from Gaza released a barrage of rockets on Israeli cities Wednesday night, with sirens sounding for the first time in Emek Yizrael and the lower Galilee region in the north of the country. The IDF announced Thursday morning that over the course of the night, 130 missiles were fired into Israel, bringing the total since the conflict began to over 1,500 missiles.
Well, it was a really scary night. My friends who live in remote places were even more scared, but they're used to this reality of missiles being fired from the Gaza Strip. And all of Israel's under attack. It's a very scary situation to be in.
The death toll in Israel as of this morning updated to 7, with the latest casualty, 5-year-old boy Ido Avigal from the Gaza border town of Sderot. In the area surrounding Gaza, residents only have 15 seconds to rush to a bomb shelter. Ido's mother was able to grab him and take cover in a fortified room when the rocket sirens sounded. But their home sustained a direct hit, with rocket shrapnel puncturing the window in the room, critically injuring Ido and wounding his mother and sister. He succumbed to his wounds several hours later. Also on Thursday night, a rocket hit a residential building in the central city of Petah Tikva, leaving 2 moderately injured and 6 lightly injured. And in light of the continued hostilities, Israel's main airport, Ben Gurion International Airport, was shut down to incoming flights. Flights were instead rerouted to Ramon International Airport just outside of the southernmost city of Eilat. Now Israel, for its part, responding with heavy airstrikes targeting terror groups' infrastructure and command units. In the early hours of Thursday morning, the IDF hit dozens of terror targets in the Gaza Strip, destroying Hamas's central bank, internal security headquarters, and the home of top Hamas commander Iyad Taib. The IDF said the home was being used as infrastructure for terrorist activities. The military also announcing it targeted a Hamas terror tunnel dug under a school and surrounded by residential buildings. Also on Wednesday, the IDF killed a number of Hamas's top operatives in a joint operation with Israel's security agency, or Shin Bet. Among those killed included Bassem Issa, the Gaza City Brigade commander, and Jama Tahla, senior R&D specialist with knowledge in cyber and tech, both close contacts of Mohammed Daif, the head of Hamas's military wing. Meanwhile, on Thursday morning, some 100,000 Palestinians gathered on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem to celebrate Eid al-Fitr. During the prayers, many were chanting in Arabic, calling for victory in Gaza and waving Palestinian flags. And so, despite Israel's attempts at deterrence, the rocket fire continues as citizens from the south and along the coast up to Netanya told to stay at home and close to a shelter if possible, leaving Israelis to try and live normal lives amid the violence and wondering when it will end.